Now, BBC presenters Conor Phillips and Holly Hamilton are getting ready for their big day, and they're hoping to use their country's traditional language to bring a bit of romance to the occasion.
Planning a wedding. So much to do. Organising the reception, booking the caterer, finding a suit. Oh yeah, learning another language.
So in about 4 weeks' time I get married to this lovely lady.
Hi.
We're both from Northern Ireland. This is Holly. She was brought up a Protestant. I was brought up a Catholic. And I thought it would be a nice touch to do some of my wedding speech in the Irish language.
Which you don't speak.
Which I don't speak.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And what better place to take a crash course in Irish than back where I come from. Welcome to Belfast. I'm not just here to learn how to speak Irish. I'm here because the language itself has become particularly controversial over the last few months. Historically, Irish Gaelic has been seen as a largely Catholic pursuit, something that Protestant Unionists traditionally shied away from. That's why Sinn Féin is calling for an Irish Language Act, which means it could be used on road signs, in courts and schools, and the Democratic Unionist Party, or the DUP, are against that. But this is Northern Ireland, where nothing is as simple as it seems.
There's also an old Irish proverb.
All you have to do is take a look at this language class, which is run by Unionist Linda Irvine and takes place in the Protestant heartland of Belfast. How are the communities represented within your classes?
We have over 200 people registered this year, and 69% of them are from the Unionist community.
Linda began learning about the language around 7 years ago.
There's a lot of history that links the language to people within the Unionist community, but just most people aren't aware of it.
Now, through her lessons, she's keen for everyone to embrace the language as part of a shared history and culture.
I think there are a number of people within the Unionist community who, like myself, felt that they had been denied the language for one reason and one reason only: the tradition they come from. They'd never had the opportunity to learn it, so when we opened our doors here, they came and they continue to come.
We are just feet away from where the Irish language classes are. And as you will see, there are Unionist murals, which would suggest at least some local Protestants don't have an issue with the Irish classes when it comes to their own identity. Some Unionists, though, are worried that the more the language grows, the more their own British identity will be eroded. There are even those who believe that parties like Sinn Féin are using the Irish language as a weapon to undermine Britishness. A few minutes' walk from where Linda teaches her class is the Catholic nationalist area, the Short Strand. I'm meeting Kevin, who was brought up here.
I think it's a beautiful language, and everything that is connected with it, the culture, the music, the songs. It's just a language which is very poetic.
Now, remember I said that in Northern Ireland things are never quite straightforward? Well, Kevin learns his Irish up the road with Linda in a part of town he would never usually go to. We're actually here on the peace wall. In behind there is the Unionist Protestant side. You choose to go across this peace wall and learn your Irish over there. What do your counterparts here say about that?
I think within the Irish-speaking community now, it doesn't really matter where you're actually learning the language, as long as the language is being used. I think the revival that we see at the minute with the language will help to break down community barriers.
That's a view that's echoed in Linda's class. Many are from backgrounds where speaking Irish would once have been frowned upon.
Grew up in a Protestant area, learning Irish wasn't really a done thing.
I am a Methodist minister. Having been brought up in a Unionist tradition, I think they're missing out on a lot by sticking so rigidly to their history.
So should the language be left to its own devices, growing in classes like this, or does it need to be protected by law? That's the big divisive question, and that's thrown a huge spanner into the political works here, and there's no sign so far of it being sorted out. But for now, I need to focus on the challenge of my own. It's time for my first lesson.
Connor, fáilteiste, goteiste, tú nervheiseach?
A little bit.
Or tú ginger?
Tá.
G?
Yeah. Chicken agus ar an roasta.
Chicken agus ar rosta? Done ginger?
Yeah. Take a
Chicken and toast for dinner?
Oh, you know, and it's clear, I need a lot of practice before the big day.
It is my honor to pronounce you husband and wife. Connor, you may now kiss the bride.
Céad mhíle fáilte go dtí an Portugal a cairde. Holly, Ban Cayley, Nua, McPhilip, Tamachree, Ishti Unit, Gurmil Mayagat.
Well, congratulations to Connor and Holly. And as a Welsh speaker, it's really interesting to see how they're trying to preserve the Gaelic language, you know, and how they chose to use it in their ceremony.
Yeah. You do really well considering that English is your second
Oh,
language.
thanks, Matt. You actually been where I wanted to go.
No, seriously, I am. I'm very impressed by